the hidden vitamins that rebuild muscle overnight. Forget magnesium, because while it helps you relax, it's not what actually builds muscle while you sleep. If you've been taking magnesium before bed and wondering why your strength barely improves, you're about to find out why. Two overlooked vitamins do what magnesium can't. They trigger real muscle repair overnight. Most people think growth happens in the gym or after a protein shake. But nearly 70% of muscle repair takes place between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. when your body releases growth hormones and rebuilds tissue. Miss the right nutrients during that window, and your body can't finish the job. Before we dive deeper, hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to keep your muscles strong into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. What you learn here could change your recovery starting tonight. We've all heard it. Take magnesium. It relaxes your muscles. True, it helps you unwind. But relaxation isn't repair. Real recovery depends on two key vitamins that work behind the scenes to rebuild fibers and strengthen tissue while you sleep. In the next few minutes, you'll discover which two vitamins outperform magnesium, plus 3 common supplements that secretly sabotage your nighttime recovery. The myth of magnesium. For years, magnesium has been sold as the ultimate nighttime supplement, the miracle mineral for relaxation, recovery, and better sleep. And yes, it does play a role. It helps your muscles relax, regulates your heartbeat, and even supports nerve function. But here's what almost no one talks about. Magnesium alone doesn't actually build muscle tissue. It doesn't trigger your body's repair process or activate the genetic switches that make new muscle fibers form. It simply helps you wind down. Think about it like this. Magnesium is the soft pillow, but the two vitamins we're about to talk about are the builders who actually fix the house while you sleep. Without them, you might fall asleep faster, but you'll wake up just as weak. That's because while magnesium helps calm your body, it doesn't tell your muscle cells what to do once you're asleep. This is why so many older adults, even those who take their supplements faithfully, still struggle to see real strength gains. They're relaxing, but they're not repairing. Studies show that muscle recovery depends on something deeper: the presence of two specific vitamins that turn on muscle-building receptors and fuel the enzymes responsible for repairing damage during deep sleep. So if magnesium isn't the magic solution, what is? What are the nutrients that can actually help your body rebuild while you rest? To answer that, we have to look at how your body behaves once your head hits the pillow. Between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., your hormone levels shift dramatically. Growth hormone production spikes, testosterone levels rise, and protein synthesis reaches its peak. But here's the problem. None of that can happen efficiently unless two very specific vitamins are present in your system. Without them, that powerful nighttime window goes to waste. The first one is easy to find. You probably have it in your pantry or get small amounts from the sun. But taking it at the right time and in the right way is what makes all the difference. Let's start with that one, often called the sunshine vitamin. But as you're about to see, it's also your body's hidden strength switch at night. Vitamin D3, the strength switch. When most people hear vitamin D, they think of sunlight and bone health. But the truth is, vitamin D3 is far more powerful than that. At night, it acts like a switch, turning on the exact cellular machinery your muscles need to grow and repair. Inside your muscle cells are special receptors called VDRs, or vitamin D receptors. When vitamin D3 enters your system, it binds to those receptors like a key in a lock, telling your body it's time to start rebuilding. These receptors then signal your muscles to absorb more calcium and phosphorus, two minerals that make muscle fibers contract and grow stronger. Think of calcium and phosphorus as the bricks, and vitamin D3 as the construction manager that tells your body where to place them. Without that signal, your muscles can't use the nutrients you ate during the day to actually build new tissue overnight. And that's not all. Vitamin D3 also boosts your testosterone levels naturally during deep sleep, the very hormone that drives muscle growth and recovery. Low vitamin D equals low testosterone, and that means slower repair, weaker strength, and more soreness in the morning. Research shows that older adults who are low in vitamin D experience muscle repair rates up to 60% slower than those with healthy levels. But when you give your body the vitamin D3 it needs before bed, everything changes. Your muscles start repairing faster, inflammation drops, and you wake up feeling less stiff, more energetic, and noticeably stronger over time. A Harvard study followed 400 seniors with low vitamin D for 8 months. The group who took D3 daily gained an average of 2.8 pounds of muscle, while the group without it gained just 0.4. That's a difference you can feel every time you get out of bed. Even centuries ago, people understood this connection. Viking warriors used cod liver oil through dark winters to maintain their strength when sunlight was scarce, long before vitamin D was even discovered. They didn't know the science, but they knew the results. Here's how to do it right. Take 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 with your evening meal, ideally one that includes healthy fats. Fat helps your body absorb vitamin D more effectively. A simple dinner of grilled salmon, roasted mushrooms, and mashed sweet potatoes topped with a little grass-fed butter can give you a natural boost of vitamin D before you even reach for a capsule. You can also get creative. Drizzle a teaspoon of cod liver oil into a salad dressing or have a glass of fortified milk before bed. It doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be consistent. But while vitamin D3 is powerful, it can't do everything alone. There's another nutrient, one that works hand in hand with D3, that takes your nighttime muscle repair to an entirely new level. Miss this one, and you're only getting half the results. Let's talk about that second key, the one that keeps your muscle repair engines running all night long. Zinc, the muscle repair catalyst. If vitamin D3 is the switch that turns on your muscle repair system, zinc is the spark that keeps it running all night long. While most people think of zinc as a simple immune booster, it's actually one of the most critical nutrients for muscle growth, especially while you sleep. Here's why. During the deepest stages of rest, your body releases growth hormones in powerful waves. These hormones act like construction crews, rebuilding and strengthening the muscle fibers that were stressed or torn during your workouts. But here's the catch. Those hormones can't do their job without zinc. Zinc controls more than 300 enzymes in the body, many of which are directly responsible for rebuilding muscle tissue. Without enough of it, those enzymes simply slow down or switch off. When your zinc levels are optimal, those same enzymes stay active for 6 to 8 hours straight, keeping your body in repair mode all night. But when you're low on zinc, and studies show that nearly 40% of older adults your repair cycle can slow down by more than half. That's why so many people wake up sore, stiff, and weaker than they were the day before, even though they're eating well and exercising regularly. Zinc also plays a hidden role in testosterone production, helping your body maintain the very hormone that drives muscle repair. Without it, your testosterone levels dip, your recovery slows, and your energy crashes. That's why some older adults eat plenty of protein, but still struggle to gain strength. The missing ingredient isn't the food, it's the zinc that helps your body use it. A University of Michigan study tracked 120 older adults who were zinc deficient for 12 weeks. The group who took just 20 milligrams of zinc daily increased muscle protein synthesis by 34% and recovered 40% faster from exercise. Researchers discovered that zinc actually flips on genetic switches that tell muscles to grow and rebuild. This isn't a new discovery either. More than 4,000 years ago, Egyptian healers used zinc-rich salves to help warriors recover from battle wounds. They didn't know the biochemistry, but they knew that zinc meant faster recovery and renewed strength. So how do you use it today? Take 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc, ideally about 2 hours before bed, with a full glass of water. Avoid combining it with dairy or caffeine. Those can reduce absorption. The timing matters because this allows zinc to circulate in your bloodstream right when your body enters its deepest recovery stage. When you pair zinc with vitamin D3, the results multiply. Vitamin D activates your muscle receptors, and zinc keeps the repair enzymes running strong for hours. Together, they create the perfect environment for overnight muscle growth. No stimulants, no expensive supplements, just a smart routine that works with your body's natural rhythm. But even if you've got D3 and zinc dialed in, there's still one big problem. Most people sabotage their results without realizing it. Every night they take certain supplements that actually block their body's ability to recover. Let's talk about those next, because avoiding them could be just as important as taking the right ones. Supplements that kill muscle at night. Now that you know how vitamin D3 and zinc can supercharge your overnight recovery, there's something just as important you need to understand: what not to take at night. Because even if you've got the perfect routine, certain supplements can quietly undo everything you've worked for. And the worst part, they're some of the most popular supplements in the world. Most people take them every day without realizing the hidden side effects that happen when you take them before bed. These nutrients may be great during the day, boosting energy, improving focus, or supporting immunity, but at night, they become your muscle's worst enemy. They either overstimulate your nervous system, block key recovery hormones, or interrupt the deep sleep cycles that actually make muscle growth possible. It's like trying to rebuild your house while someone keeps turning off the power tools every few minutes. You might get a little bit done, but not nearly enough to make a difference. And here's the surprising part: these aren't rare, obscure pills. In fact, you probably have at least one of them in your daily supplement routine right now. They're found in almost every multivitamin, many pre-workout formulas, and even in some sleep support products that claim to help you rest better. So before you go to bed tonight, check your supplement cabinet, because one of these could be sabotaging your recovery without you ever realizing it. The first one might shock you. It's a supplement that almost everyone associates with energy and metabolism, yet it's quietly disrupting one of the most important processes your body needs to build muscle while you sleep. Let's start with the one almost everyone gets wrong: B-complex, the hidden sleep saboteur. For decades, B vitamins have been marketed as the ultimate energy booster, and that's exactly the problem. They do give you energy, but when you take them at the wrong time, especially before bed, that boost turns into one of the biggest obstacles to muscle recovery. B-complex vitamins contain nutrients like B6, B12, niacin, and riboflavin, which help your body convert food into energy. They raise your metabolism, gently increase your heart rate, and activate your nervous system, exactly what you don't want when you're trying to sleep. At night, your body is supposed to slow down, not speed up. Muscles aren't built when you're wide awake and wired. They're built during deep, slow-wave sleep when growth hormone peaks and your body quietly repairs itself. When you take B-complex too late in the day, you send mixed signals to your body. Your nervous system stays alert, your heart rate stays slightly elevated, and your brain produces less melatonin, the hormone that tells you it's time to rest. That means you spend less time in deep sleep, which is exactly when most muscle repair happens. A 2019 review published in Sleep Medicine followed older adults who took B vitamins in the evening. The results were eye-opening. Their melatonin levels dropped, deep sleep was delayed, and the total amount of restorative rest they got each night plummeted. In other words, even though they slept for the same number of hours, the quality of their sleep, the part that actually matters for muscle recovery, was dramatically worse. There's another hidden effect, too. Late-night B vitamins can raise cortisol, your body's stress hormone. Cortisol not only keeps you awake, but it actually breaks down muscle protein for energy, the complete opposite of what you want during recovery. Over time, that means weaker muscles, slower repair, and more fatigue. So what should you do instead? It's simple. Take your B-complex in the morning, ideally with breakfast. That's when your body needs energy and focus for the day ahead. Then by the time evening comes, your nervous system is ready to slow down naturally, letting your muscles rebuild without interference. It's a small timing change that can make a huge difference. But B vitamins aren't the only hidden troublemaker here. There's another supplement that seems completely harmless, even healthy, yet it can secretly stall your nighttime recovery. And you probably take it thinking you're doing something good for your body. Let's talk about the second one, and why it might be quietly blocking your muscle growth while you sleep. Vitamin C, the nighttime antioxidant mistake. Vitamin C has one of the best reputations in the supplement world. It's praised for boosting immunity, protecting your skin, and speeding up wound healing. But here's what almost nobody realizes: when you take it at the wrong time, especially right before bed, it can quietly sabotage your muscle repair process. To understand why, you need to know how your body rebuilds muscle overnight. When you sleep, your muscle fibers experience a controlled form of stress called oxidative stress. It might sound negative, but it's actually essential. That small burst of stress tells your body, hey, we've got damaged tissue, start repairing and strengthening it. In response, your body releases growth hormones and activates a powerful pathway called mTOR, which drives muscle repair. Now here's where vitamin C gets in the way. Vitamin C is an extremely strong antioxidant, meaning it eliminates oxidative stress, including the good kind your body needs to trigger muscle growth. When you flood your system with vitamin C right before bed, it blunts that repair signal. The result? Your muscles don't fully activate mTOR. Your growth hormone response weakens, and your overnight recovery slows down. Research backs this up. Several studies have shown that taking high doses of antioxidants like vitamin C before sleep reduces the body's ability to build new muscle fibers after exercise. It's like trying to start an engine after you've drained out the fuel. The system just doesn't ignite. There's another problem too. Vitamin C helps your brain make norepinephrine, a chemical that increases alertness. That's helpful during the day but completely counterproductive at night. It can leave you tossing and turning, unable to reach the deep restorative stages of sleep where real muscle recovery happens. Many older adults who take vitamin C at bedtime report feeling restless and waking up groggy, even though they technically slept for 8 hours. So, what's the fix? Simple. Move your vitamin C to the morning or midday. That's when your body actually benefits most from its antioxidant effects, helping protect your cells from daytime stress without interfering with nighttime repair. But there's still one more mistake many people make, and it's by far the most common. It's something most of us drink, not swallow, and it can undo an entire night of recovery in a single sip. Let's talk about the third supplement, or rather stimulant, that's quietly destroying your deep sleep and your muscle growth. Caffeine, the muscle-blocking culprit. Most people think of caffeine as a morning ritual, that comforting cup of coffee, the quick energy from a pre-workout, or even the chocolate you sneak after dinner. But here's the thing. Caffeine doesn't just disappear after a few hours, it can linger in your system for 6 to 8 hours, long past the time you think it's gone. And when that happens, it can quietly destroy one of the most important parts of your muscle-building process, deep sleep. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the chemical in your brain that tells your body it's time to relax and rest. When adenosine can't do its job, your brain stays alert, your nervous system stays active, and you don't fall into that deep restorative sleep your muscles depend on to grow. Even if you manage to drift off, caffeine shortens your slow-wave sleep, the exact stage when growth hormone surges and your muscles rebuild themselves. It doesn't take much either. Studies show that just 1 cup of coffee within 6 hours of bedtime can reduce your total deep sleep by more than 20%. And for older adults, the effects are even stronger because the body metabolizes caffeine more slowly with age. Here's where it gets worse. Caffeine also raises cortisol, your stress hormone. During the day, a little cortisol helps keep you focused. But at night, it's a disaster. High cortisol levels not only make it harder to fall asleep, they actively break down muscle tissue for energy. So, while you're lying in bed thinking you're recovering, your body is quietly undoing the progress you made at the gym. A 2020 study in nutritional neuroscience followed 160 older adults and found that those who consumed caffeine within 6 hours of bedtime lost 28% more muscle mass than those who stayed caffeine-free, even though both groups ate the same amount of protein and exercised the same. And caffeine doesn't just hide in coffee or tea, it's also in dark chocolate, energy drinks, pre-workout powders, and even some multivitamins. Many people unknowingly take a harmless supplement in the evening, not realizing it's laced with enough caffeine to keep their bodies from fully recovering. The fix? Cut off all caffeine after lunch. Enjoy your coffee in the morning, have your pre-workout before noon, and skip anything caffeinated once the afternoon hits. That single change can restore your deep sleep cycles and dramatically improve your recovery. Because here's the truth, you can take all the right vitamins, eat clean, and train hard. But if caffeine is still in your system when you go to bed, your body never gets the signal to rebuild. Now that you know what to avoid, let's put it all together. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to time your supplements and create a nighttime routine that rebuilds your muscles while you sleep. The nighttime muscle repair routine. Now that you know what helps and what hurts, here's how to time your supplements for maximum overnight recovery. Start with your morning routine. Take B-complex and vitamin C early in the day. They boost energy, focus, and metabolism when you actually need it, not when you're trying to rest. If you drink coffee or tea, keep it before noon so caffeine is out of your system by bedtime. Your evening routine is where muscle repair really begins. With dinner, take vitamin D3, about 2,000–4,000 IU, alongside healthy fats like salmon, avocado, or olive oil to improve absorption. This activates your muscle receptors before sleep. Then around 2 hours before bed, take 15 to 30 milligrams of zinc with water. Zinc keeps your repair enzymes active through the night, powering the release of growth hormone and testosterone during deep sleep. Together, D3 and zinc form your body's perfect nighttime recovery duo. You'll wake up stronger, less sore, and more energized, not because you pushed harder, but because you recovered smarter. Dim the lights, skip the screens, and keep your room cool to boost melatonin and deepen sleep. Small habits, big difference. Forget the expensive supplements. This simple rhythm of morning energy, evening repair is all your muscles need to rebuild naturally. Here's the truth. Your muscles don't grow in the gym. They grow while you sleep. And whether that happens or not depends entirely on what you give your body before bed. Forget the magnesium hype. The real muscle builders are vitamin D3 and zinc, the perfect nighttime pair. D3 activates your muscle receptors, zinc powers your repair enzymes, and together they turn your rest into real recovery. Just as important is what you don't take. Skip the late-night B-complex, vitamin C, and caffeine. They keep your body awake when it should be rebuilding. So tonight, make one simple shift. D3 with dinner, zinc before bed, and deep, uninterrupted sleep. You'll wake up stronger, looser, and with more energy, not because you trained harder, but because you recovered smarter. If this helped you, hit like. It really supports the channel and helps more people discover the truth about muscle recovery. And don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed tips that help you stay strong, steady, and independent at any age. Which of these nighttime habits surprised you most? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and remember, real muscle growth starts when you turn out the lights.